Alright, stage 6 of the special event Hybrid Highway featuring Lamborghini Sián. Alright, we are in Germany, and I was anticipating Nürburgring, but we're at the other German circuit, Hockenheim. Looks like it's gonna be that's where we're gonna be spending the final 2 stages, since this one's called Part 1. I'd assume the final stage 7 is gonna be called the Hockenheim Hybrid Cup Part 2. So anyway, Natalia laying down the rules of engagement for this inaugural Hybrid Cup event, and 4 goals to complete. And yeah, goal 1, I guess qualifier. Now, they call it qualifier. We have to finish a lap under minute 19 seconds. No off track, no damaging, right? So this goal was the toughest goal in the entirety of this penultimate stage. So if you can get through this one, you'll be fine for the remainder of the stage, at least. We'll see what the final stage has in store tomorrow, but at least you know, if you can get through this one, then you can get through the rest of the stage. So, let's see, this one took me a few extra attempts, and I'm still sporting the same set of upgrades. The first tier racing dollar upgrades across the board, right? And yeah, I'm gonna make sure you hit your, basically your braking points, your apex, more or less on target to be able to get through this without too much trouble. I did cut across the first corner. I know they said no off track, but when you cut across the first corner on the inside, the amount of time that you spend off tarmac is very, very minimal. So oftentimes you can kind of get away with the slight corner cutting, and oh, that is a lot of skidding. But I will cut it close, but still managed to get myself through with just under 0.2 seconds still left on the clock. Just a little less than that, but it's better than my attempt earlier, where I missed the mark by 1/1000th of a second. I mean, talk about cutting it close. And falling on the wrong side of the clock, right? So anyway, so that is enough to get me through the first goal, and there's the setup tier 1 upgrades there. Alright, so 1 goal down, 3 more to go for stage 2, and Ahmed spun out again. Alright, so goal 2 is gonna be essentially finishing in 16th place, while the tires basically still cold. And I mean, we've had pretty much throughout the whole event where we've, you know, gotten goals where you have to finish a certain rank plus typically another condition, and the condition regarding finishing in whatever designated rank has really been pretty straightforward. That part of the challenge hasn't been all that difficult. So I'm, you know, thinking kind of the same thing. P16 doesn't seem like it'll be all that difficult to achieve, especially when you're starting in 18th place. And one of them is Ahmed. So yeah, just like that. And we got some Porsche 918 Spider concept. Lovely cars. the Visec package though. Alright, so Ahmed's through just a little bit more slippery. I don't know. I mean, according to the tire percentage, which is what I would assume like sort of like the equivalent of grip percentage, it's I mean, I feel like it's not all that much more noticeably slippery, but then again, I'm not pushing as hard either because they ask for 16th or better, and I don't really have to push all that hard to finish 16th. So as I was saying, the rank requirement for these goals pretty easy. So we'll keep our opponents in check in the back. Slight change in ranks behind me, but alright. Still safe distance, right? Finishing just under minute 40 for that single lap. So, alright. That is good enough for 2 goals down. And let's see, Zoe and Magnus at the top of the grid here. What else do we have? So they're driving Asterion, just like the last stage. We got some Ferraris. Oh, Riera. Oh, okay. And we do have a Visec package 918 showing up in this grid, along with some Jags CX-75s. Alright. And then, of course, ooh, LaFerrari. And, of course, NSX's, I did overtake. So, alright. So, that, the front of the grid, or, you know, LaFerrari, and, Visec package 918, and Asterion, those guys are all legend class cars, and this car is more, I would put this more in the elite section. So boy, we'll see how the final stage turns out, because that's gonna be tough to overtake those cars earlier in the towards the top part of the grid. And anyway, this goal 3, we just need to get up to P14. So once again, a couple of ranks to climb up, and over a lap around Hockenheim Grand Prix. Plenty of circuit, plenty of tarmac to travel here, so should be pretty straightforward. But yeah, looking at the cars in the grid, I am not concerned for tomorrow, the final stage here. I'm not too concerned about this stage. At the rate that we're moving up the ranks, they're asking, this is goal 3 and we only climb up to 14th place. So we're kind of starting out easy for the first part of this hybrid cup, and obviously we have to win before the end of the event. So final stage tomorrow, we'll have to actually compete against the likes of LaFerrari, Riera, and 918 Visec package, and not to mention Asterions, which we did have a bit of a scuffle with in over at Red Bull Ring, which was a little tough. That's the stage, of course, where I ended up with those, you know, broke my streak of zero upgrade run. So here we are. But anyway, finishing 14th, no sweat there, as you would expect. The 918 Spider concept, that car is kind of funny because in the career, right, of this game, that car shows up super early and overpowers everybody else when it first shows up, because, you know, the series that car is featured in goes all the way into Legend. So, you know, I think it first shows up in like does it show up in Pro or Pro-Am or somewhere super early in the game? So, and obviously, as you might expect, it like makes everybody else seem like they're crawling on the track. So yeah, interesting car. But in this grid, yeah, doesn't quite come as competitive as the rest of the grid. But anywho, final goal of the stage 6, we need to get to 11th place, and this is an average speed challenge, so target was 202 kph or 125.5 miles per hour. So starting right at the mouth of Mobile 1 corner, which has a pretty early apex, by the way, so you want to brake early and pretty much jump back on the gas so you can accelerate through the section where there is the rumble strip on the inside. Yeah, you don't want to brake into that part, you want to be charging out from that point. Anywho, and then heading into Sachs curve afterwards, you do have to brake relatively early. So, you know, if you miss your apex going through the Mobile 1, then that'll cause you to have to brake again, you know, not long after. So that's why yeah, it's important to make sure you can hit your apex. I don't think the way I just cornered came in before the Mercedes corner was cutting corner. I think I was still on the tarmac. That sort of that mash looking area, I think, is considered still on track in the game. That's the same deal at Nürburgring in the final chicane. You can't cut those areas. Anyway, here we are. So just staying behind Ahmed. This one I cannot slow down to slow down the grid, not nearly as aggressively, because obviously I got an average speed to maintain here. So time to build up some buffer, and always tricky hairpin. Although I've gotten better at it, just because, you know, every time I race here, I'm always thinking, oh, here comes a tricky hairpin. So I don't know, I guess subconsciously I am being more aware of the braking point heading into the hairpin. Right, so you notice I was jumping back on the gas before right as I'm hopping on that rumble strip on the inside, right? Anywho, I think we have, alright, but yeah, after the final corner we got a little bit of space to recover the speed, so there we go, with some, you know, extra buffer at the end, so it wasn't cutting it nearly as close as some other goals. like the first goal of the stage. That's good enough. So, all right, 11th place they've asked, 11th place I deliver. All right, with the average speed high enough to get me through. And let's see, minute 20. Is there anybody else that hit under minute 20? Because obviously goal 1 I had to make it under minute 19. And yeah, like you can look at the lap time, and everybody above myself is much closer to the like minute 20 lap time, and everybody after is like minute 40, minute 50. So all right, so don't forget to get your car serviced before you wrap up the stage. So another stage through with no gold spent so far, but for rewards of completing stage 6 we should be picking up some gold. Yep, 2,000 VP, 20 gold, and 50,000 racing dollars. And that 2,000 VP earned is going to unlock yet another racing dollar reward. Reward, I guess. All right. So, analyze. First 100 laps already. All right, so we'll continue on to the final stage of this special event tomorrow. Until then, stay tuned, and we'll catch you guys in the final stage playthrough. Take care.